how's it going? I really don't know where to start with this video except to just kind of have word vomit and see where it goes. Let's see where it takes us, shall we? But I've really been thinking about a lot of things. I've watched a ton of videos that really have inspired me to think. In fact, Amelia's has inspired me the most. So I'm going to go on and click her video up here in the card above and the description box below. And I say that because she was really talking through her thought process on Pan That Palette and why it's, you know, something that may not work for her. And it just got me thinking about a lot of things because I love Pan That Palette. I'm not going to stop Pan That Palette because that is something that works for me. But like I said, she and many others have really gotten me thinking about my pattern of behavior, how I shop, why I shop, when I shop. And then just kind of thinking through my patterns this year, I've realized something super important. And like I said, I want to be very candid because I get a lot of emails and different comment requests and things like on Facebook or whatnot of tips to get through palettes and how I stay so diligently in palettes. And the truth is, I struggle just as much as you do. I get sucked into the hype of things. I don't necessarily pick up everything, although the last couple of weeks have been kind of a reversal of that. But I've realized when it comes to panning palettes, if I pan a neutral palette, I'm good. Because I realize the shades, there's not a lot of variation between palettes. You know, and it all depends on, you know, formula and packaging and all that good stuff. But really, there's just not a lot of variation. But after panning Kat Von D this year, I have found myself sucked into so many colorful palettes. Whether it's out of FOMO or whether it's out of being scared of running out of a shade. It's the struggle is real. It is so real. And it's made me realize how fascinating. I've always been fascinated with kind of the behavior of how we splurge and purge makeup. You know, that buying cycle of just buy. And then we go through these massive declutters. And then you have the space because you created it to store the makeup before. So then you gradually start filling your makeup collections again. And I love that people are talking about it now. I am thrilled to no end that people are talking about it because it's something that I've thought about for years on end, and you know, a huge driving force motivator for me in panning, but something that just kind of dawned on me recently because I bought a lot of colorful palettes, is that that's what's driving us. Even more than the pop effect, it's having color in our routines, because even if you are constantly reviewing palettes or YouTube and Instagram or your career choice, you know, you get to a point where you realize you've got a lot of the same things. But when it comes to those colorful eyeshadow palettes, it's really hard to walk away, isn't it? I mean, it's just, they suck you in more than the pops of color, and you justify the purchases and you do all this stuff, and then before you know it, your collection has gone maybe beyond what you're comfortable with, or you know, whatever the case may be. So I like I said, I wanted to be very candid on here to say I struggle with it too. And really kind of walking you through my mind right now, the reason it got so out of control for me, I had a birthday recently, and also too, I've just kind of been on this like major grazing thing of like going through different brands, because now that I've decided to step away from Kat Von D, because I just feel like I've outgrown her brand beyond, you know, everything that's kind of going on with social media. But before I knew it, like my cart exploded with all sorts of different things, like the Juvia's Place sale that they had over 4th of July weekend. I picked up quite a few palettes there because I saved a lot of money. And then I also picked up a Carity palette. This is the Unicorn Dreams thing because cool tones are coming back in fashion, and so I wanted to try a, you know, a drugstore affordable type brand. And so like I said, it's one of those things that it's so easy. It's so easy to get sucked in. And part of me is like excited to have the new makeup. I don't feel guilty necessarily, but the other part of me is like, girl, you need to slow down. Like, slow down, chill your horses. You've got tons of eyeshadow to get through. So That's being real. I just wanted to come on here and be very, very honest to say, we all go through it. You're not alone. I'm in there just as much as you are, despite the fact that I've successfully been able to pan eyeshadow, and I hope to continue doing that in the future. So like I said, go on and check Amelia's video out, because she really got me thinking about a lot of things, and I'm continuing to evaluate, because I'm constantly evaluating Pan That palette as it is. You know, is it working for me? Is it not working for me? What can I change? Because even that's the other tangent I guess I should go on. I guess you could say in a way I'm struggling a little bit with Pan That palette with so much color, because I feel like I do a lot better when I kind of have a game plan to pan my shadows. Like, I've always gone for looks, and I consistently wear that look till it's either not seasonally appropriate, or I run out of the majority of the shades and I can't dupe them in my collection, and then I move on to something else. And trying to come up with so many looks with the Mi Vida Loca Remix palette has really kind of left me, I wouldn't say lost, but in terms of panning, it's kind of like I'm feeling a little stretched thin and all over the place. And so then when I'm looking at other colorful palettes, I think, okay, like, I'm ready to move on from Kat Von D. Let's try out these brands for the future. But then, you know, I'm looking at my palette going, I'm not going to have enough time to finish all this. So I don't know. I just thinking out loud. Let me know if you're kind of feeling the same way in the, you know, comments below, of just, it's a new struggle this year with Pan That palette. Like, I've always kind of hit my ruts, and I've always kind of hit my, you know, things, but I don't want to, like, walk away from the palette. Like, I want to be very clear about that. Like, I don't want to walk away from my palette, but I just feel like there was an itch that needed to be scratched. I got it out of my system. I bought a bunch of eyeshadow, and now I'm like, slow it down, you know. But at the same time, I'm kind of like, I need to find the panning amber kind of through the tidal wave of eyeshadow. I don't know. I don't even know where this video is going. Hopefully it makes sense. I hope to open a dialogue with this, you know, just because it's like, I know I'm not the only one struggling. And the more that we talk about it, the easier it's going to be to get through this and just enjoy shopping our stashes, enjoy our makeup, and, you know, keep getting creative with the fabulous things that we already have. So that's it. I will be back on pretty soon to do my July makeup bag, because let me tell you, that's all over the place too, because I'm just like trying to trying to get my thoughts together. And then I've got to do a video for this look based on being inspired by the Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette, using my Kat Von D and then my Lorac Mega Pro. So yeah, that's about it. I look forward to catching up with you real soon. See you later.